Richmond Green in southwest London is one of the city's most historic areas, littered with Grade 1 listed buildings that are the remnants of the once great Richmond Palace. Richmond Palace was a Tudor residence of Henry VII, Henry VIII and Elizabeth I. Richmond had originally been known as Sheen, but was renamed by King Henry VII, whose father had been the Earl of Richmond in Yorkshire. Many of the great events of Tudor history took place here, including the betrothal of Princess Margaret to King James IV of Scotland in 1502, which eventually led to the House of Stuart. Henry VII died at Richmond Palace in 1509, and in 1540 Henry VIII gave Richmond Palace to Anne of Cleves as part of their divorce settlement. Elizabeth I also died at the palace in 1603. At one time, the palace occupied 20 acres of land, but the majority was demolished during the 17th and 18th centuries after the execution of Charles I. Nonetheless, traces remain, evidenced in the street names of the area. Old Palace Yard begins at the palace's old gatehouse, right on the edge of Richmond Green. In the past, this marked the entrance to the palace grounds, and the remaining bolts where the gate used to hang still remain. In Henry VIII's time, the yard was known as the Great Court and was the palace's principal entrance. Inside the yard is a row of houses known as the Wardrobe. This is where the palace's soft furnishings were stored and is a key surviving part of the original palace. At the back of the yard, the imposing Trumpeter's House was built for Richard Hill, a statesman and diplomat, in 1702. It stands on the former site of the Middle Gate. The name comes from a pair of trumpeting figures that stood on the Middle Gate and were incorporated into the new house. A Time Team archaeological dig took place in the garden of Trumpeter's House in 1997, uncovering some of the original walls of the palace.